Please welcome Brian.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. We all love the icebreaker for obvious reasons. It gives us a chance to really get to know our fellow Toastmasters, and really, probably groups across the company should consider an icebreaker speech for all new entry or new employees. Today I have no doubts that Victoria's icebreaker will not disappoint. And I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, but when she sent me her intro, it's rare that you read someone's intro and your heart just kind of sinks and you have to read it again. So there's going to be her life story here about the challenges she faced growing up and how those have made her who she is today. And that's what has given her her motto in life, which is just keep swimming, which is the title of her icebreaker speech. So without further ado, Victoria.
Greetings, fellow Toastmasters. I have been told many times I'm a very positive person and I smile all the time. True. But I've also been told I'm disgustingly positive and annoyingly positive, so pros and cons. But a lot of that has to do with my upbringing. A little background, my mom, who is my #1 cheerleader, is from the South. She grew up down south on a farm with 9 other siblings, and she picked cotton before and after school. That was their main source of income. And when the auto industry was booming, she moved up here with her brothers after she graduated high school. Awesome, right? She did Taekwondo, she had her own class and everything, and then a bomb was dropped. She was legally blind. She has an eye disease. I share the same eye disease, but mine is not progressive, such as my mom's. So she's legally blind and therefore can no longer work under law. So she has Social Security, and that's what we lived on. Myself, my older brother, and I have a much younger sibling. My mom raised us by herself in Pontiac, Michigan, which is about an hour north of Detroit, Michigan. Very low income area, but everyone was like me, so I had no idea that I was poor. I thought bologna sandwiches and ramen was everybody's diet. So I went to public school there until about 3rd grade, and then I had an amazing opportunity to go to a private institution in Birmingham, Michigan called Roper. And Birmingham is a vibrant suburb, and I had never seen huge houses, and I didn't know name brands or any of that stuff. So that's when I found out I was poor. I had no idea until I got there. So all the kids had all these nice things, and they had all the money to go on trips and all that kind of stuff. And I said, well, Mom, why can't I do all those things? Since I can't do all these things, what does that make me? And then my mom told me I can do what I want to do. She believed in me. She said, if you put your mind to it, you can do it. And I believed her. So I moved forward. Our car broke down constantly. It was about an hour commute to and from the school, but my mom wasn't going to turn down this opportunity for me. So sometimes I missed a lot of school. I got there when I could, and when I couldn't, I just made up my assignments. My teachers were okay. So I get through school, I went there from 4th grade all the way till 12th grade. I had amazing opportunities. I went to Costa Rica, I went camping, and other things. It was great. And then I reached my senior year where you're supposed to be thinking about graduation and the next point in life and everywhere you're gonna go. And I ended up homeless. I was just turned 17 years old. We had just moved, and circumstances pending, we were put out of our house. One day I was sleeping, knocked on the door, a police officer came and put out all of our stuff on the front lawn. And my sister was 6, and my mom was basically having a panic attack, and I didn't cry. I just decided that I had to be strong for everyone else. I was a responsible member of the family. I started working when I was 13. I did mainly babysitting. And because I went to a suburban school, it was nice because they paid me nice. And I could build kind of a little business with it. So I brought in my own money, but the thing was I didn't really keep it. I helped out with bills and cable and rent. And at 13, who thinks about that stuff? You know, you're just supposed to be having fun and doing that, but that's when I started. And my mom didn't like me to work during school, so I worked from 13 till 17 every summer, and sometimes throughout school babysitting. So we get to this point where we're put out, we're homeless, and my concern is, you know, I'm a part of this family, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna eat? How am I gonna get to school every day? Where are we gonna sleep? What are we gonna do? So we slept in our car for a few days. We had a van, we slept in our car for a few days, and then we decided to we slept on floors or couches or whatever was available to us at that time. And this is also when I learned that sometimes I need help. I'm very driven and always been very independent, and I don't need anybody else for anything. But I did. I needed some help, and I didn't tell anyone. I didn't tell anyone at my school. No one had any idea that I was homeless. I just missed some days and kept going about life as normal. So then I told one of my teachers. She was very upset with me that I didn't come forth with it in the beginning. But after I did, she helped me out. And my family, we were separated for a while. I was pretty much homeless my entire senior year of high school. And I stayed with principals and teachers and other members of my community that I had. And the fact that they helped me out, they picked me up at that time because I had pretty much given up at that point. I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know how to help my family. But they put money together to help us get our stuff out of storage when we needed it, and they gave me a place to sleep. I was still sad because I had a place to sleep, and I wasn't certain because my mom would tell me whether she did or not, if they were sleeping, if they were eating, what they were doing. I went into college. I was still homeless my freshman year of college. And they asked me for addresses, where to send mail and other stuff, and I couldn't give one. I said, I don't have an address, what do I do? Got it sent to school. So it was still hard then because I had a meal every day in the cafeteria, and I still had a warm place to sleep every day, and my family was still struggling. So I did that. Plus, I was putting myself through school. I didn't have much aid. I had state grants, which was great, student loans from the state and everything, but I still had to put myself through school. So co-oping at Kettering really helped me out with that. So, end is, we ended up getting out of the homeless situation. My mom currently lives in Troy in an apartment. My sister's 13 years old, and she's healthy, and she's smart, and she's having fun. And I got through school again, graduated. I got a job at Consumers and everything, but there's nothing else to be sad about. You know, I overcame those things, so, you know, working's easy. Moving forward's easy. That's why I'm so positive. There's nothing as negative as being homeless and not knowing where your next meal is going to come from and not knowing if you're going to have a warm place to sleep. So, Finding Nemo is one of my favorite movies ever. I love Disney, and one of the lines in there is Dory trying to cheer up Marlin when he's ready to give up. And she says, hey, Mr. Grumpy Gills. When life gets you down, you know what you got to do? Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. So I just keep swimming. Thank you.